A great Week 2 Sunday night game. We're so focused on the season getting started and Tom Brady going back to New England, and here we are, Week 2 Sunday night. Boom, Chiefs and Ravens getting together right out of the gates. A little what's more likely Week 2 preview. Chiefs versus the Ravens. What's more likely? Lamar Jackson is the game's leading rusher, or Tyreek Hill has 10 or more receptions? What's more likely?
Ooh, wow. I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson as the game's leading rusher. I think Tyreek Hill has a big game. I do, unless Baltimore changes how they play completely. But I don't know if I see 10-plus receptions. I'll go with Lamar Jackson as the game's leading rusher because, of course, I don't think Kansas City is going to be rushing the ball a whole lot either and have a lot of yards by any one of their running backs running the football as well.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 43 yards rushing last week against the Browns, and Hill had 11 catches for 197 yards. It's Hill, it's Kelsey, and they're waiting for whether it's Byron Pringle or Mecole Hardman, somebody else to step up and play that Sammy Watkins role. Until then, it's going to be a lot of Tyreek, and it's going to be a lot of Travis Kelsey. I agree with you. I think Lamar is going to be the game's leading rusher more likely than Hill getting 10 or more catches. Raiders versus Steelers. What's more likely? TJ Watt has 2 or more sacks, or Derek Carr leads the league in passing yards again this week. He had 435 in Week 1, and Watt had 2 sacks against the Bills.
Yeah, right. So, I don't know. You hear that stat, and you go, wait, he had 435 against the Ravens, and now Mahomes and Tyreek are coming? Wait, what's going to happen there? I guess I got to go TJ Watt here. I just can't imagine, Derek Carr going off like that against the Steelers in Pittsburgh. And here's the other angle I look at, Mike. Mike Tomlin knows John Gruden's offense. He spent a lot of time there in Tampa Bay with him. He's going to know that offense better than, let's say, Gruden knowing Mike Tomlin's defense. Why? Because it's not Mike Tomlin's defense. It's Keith Butler. It's the Pittsburgh defense that Mike Tomlin was so smart to keep in place when he took over, and he checked his ego at the door, and he said, you know what, this defensive scheme kind of works for like the last 20 years. How about I just keep it going, and I'll learn the defense and adjust to you guys. And that's what's smart, and I think they have an advantage there, and that's why I go TJ Watt has 2+ sacks over Derek Carr leading the league in passing again.
I agree with you, and I think one of the factors that we need to keep in mind, we've said this before, but it bears repeating, the Raiders and the Ravens, Monday night game, 65-plus minutes of football.
That's right.
Hard-hitting, intense, physically and emotionally, and both teams flying back to the East Coast, the Ravens right away and the Raiders later this week, for a game against very challenging, difficult opponents. And for the Raiders, it's another physical game, and I agree with you. It's more likely that TJ Watt has 2 sacks. Cowboys-Chargers. What's more likely? Is it more likely? Are they more likely? Let me try this again. More likely to combine for more receiving yards.
Kid
Amari
can't even
Cooper
read.
CeeDee Lamb. Well, somebody can't write. What's more likely to happen? Who's more likely to combine for more receiving yards? Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, or Keenan Allen and Mike Williams?
Today, Junior. Okay, geez, you spit it out. I know,
Come on.
I'm having fun.
Answer the question.
I'm going to go Allen and Williams here. It's not easy. It's not easy. But I guess I have a lot of respect for Brandon Staley, the way that defense looked last week against Washington. He is a game plan specific guy. I do think they'll be able to rush and get after Dak Prescott with just the front four. And, I look at, Joe Lombardi, the new OC, there for the Chargers. Yeah, he's got Herbert, the weapons, and also has great understanding of the Dan Quinn defense. He was in New Orleans. He was playing Atlanta twice a year the last few years. So he's going to understand that, and that's where I think I'm going to go Allen and Williams over the other two.
Yeah, but boy, the other two are pretty good.
I know. Damn, it's scary. This is like lots of good players on the field.
I don't think Brandon Staley is going to blitz and keep giving the opportunities for the Cowboys to get the favorable matchups. They're going to be more concerned about taking away CeeDee Lamb and Keenan Allen and forcing the offense of the Cowboys toward the running game because they clearly prefer to pass. All right, I agree with you on that as well. Allen and Williams. Chargers are just one of those teams that they're just kind of there. The Rams are the big team in L.A., and I think the Chargers are going to be pretty good, and they're going to have to prove it 1 week at a time. 49ers and Eagles, what's more likely? Trey Lance takes 4 or more snaps, or Jalen Hurts throws 4 or more touchdown passes.
Well, I can't I mean, Jalen Hurts played great last week. I have yet to really watch that film. I've watched the game a little bit like, TV copy a little bit, but yet to really watch it. I mean, he played great, but I just can't imagine 4+ TDs. I don't. Not against the 49ers defense, who I still think is really good. Now, there's some secondary issues there, but they also have a defense that, has a great front four and gets after you a little bit. You're not going to have all day back there. I'm going to go with Trey Lance takes the 4+ snaps here. I am. I just think Shanahan will find another few ways to infuse him. What did he get last week? How many snaps total did he get?
I think it was 4. I think that's where these are coming from. If there's a trend here, it's statistics from week 1 being grafted over onto week 2.
Okay,
so
catching on.
He had 4.
So that's what we're doing.
It seemed like
here.
He had more.
Right.
It seemed like he had more.
That's why I was asking. That's why I was like, man, is that so? But yeah, I'm going to go with Trey Lance takes the 4+ snaps, certainly.
I also think he'll take more snaps this week because this game's going to be closer. I think they were able to get him out of the game, avoid further injury to the finger,
right?
Give Jimmy Garoppolo a little more time. Let's just settle in and save our secret weapon for when we need it. Let's not show too much of our Trey Lance package once this game is out of hand. And I think that was one of the reasons why it was only 4 snaps. So I agree with you on that one. Saints and Panthers, what's more likely? Jameis Winston has another 5-touchdown, no-pick game, or Christian McCaffrey has another 75+ yards rushing, 75+ yards receiving game.
Man, I got to go with McCaffrey here. You know me. I think Carolina is a team to watch out for. I think they're talented, young and talented. But man, 5 TDs is a special thing to do that. Now, McCaffrey. 75. I don't know if he can run for 75 yards against the Saints. That's a real question. The Saints D was whooping some butt last week. That front 7, that's the one thing I love about Sean Payton. You talk about 5,000 yards, offense. His team is more times than not the most physical team on the field and has more renegades who want to knock your head off than any other team in football, and I love that about them. But still, you're going to make me pick one of the two. I'm going to 75 with McCaffrey.
Yeah, I think that 5-touchdown thing is going to be hard to sustain.
Right.
It is amazing. 5 touchdown passes with only 20 throws and only 148 yards. When I first saw that he had 5 touchdowns, I thought, wait a minute, he only threw 20 passes. He only had 148 yards, but he did throw 5 touchdown passes. And Winston has said this week that he relishes the fact that with so many of the assistant offensive coaches on the COVID list, he's been able to work directly with Sean Payton more this week.
Ooh,
and learning
cool.
even more about how to properly run that offense directly from the master of it. And Sean Payton has shown a mastery of offensive skills since he became the New Orleans head coach in 2006.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.